Diary of a Wimpy Vampire, Part 2. 4 a.m. I'm in love with Chloe. I know this because I've been thinking about her since 10:30. I can't stop picturing her dark eyes and her lovely pale neck. I've had crushes on various girls before, but this is the real thing. Even if I could eat or sleep, I wouldn't be able to eat or sleep right now. Wednesday, the 5th of January. I sat next to Chloe in the library at lunchtime. Every time I stared at her, she looked down at her book instead of making eye contact. By rights, I should have mesmerized her with my intense, brooding beauty, but there was no sign of that. Basically, I got the worst deal ever when I became a vampire. Every other vampire in history developed a supernatural level of attractiveness when they transformed. But not me. When I looked in the mirror, I just saw a pasty, tired, 15 going on 100-year-old looking back at me. It's so unfair that I didn't get vampire beauty. I thought that was part of the deal. How am I supposed to attract humans to feed on with my bubbly personality? Anyway, I've resigned myself to the fact that I can't snare Chloe in with my vampire good looks, so I'm going to have to do this the hard way, through seduction. Oh, yes, vampires can see themselves in mirrors. Don't believe everything you see in horror films. Why would becoming a vampire mean that you couldn't see your reflection anymore? If they're going to make up lies about us, they could at least make sense. Thursday, 6th of January. A policeman showed us a road safety video in assembly this morning. It was really gory and upset some of the younger pupils, but it just made me feel thirsty. Sometimes I am ashamed of myself. At lunchtime, I went back to the library to sit next to Chloe. I wanted to talk to her, but I was too nervous. It was so humiliating. My kind has struck fear into the hearts of female humans for centuries. Why should I be the nervous one? I can't even ask my parents for advice. They possess vampire beauty, so they wouldn't understand. I just wish they had had the courtesy to pass it down to me. Tonight I asked Dad what the best way to impress a girl is, and he said you should save her from death. But how am I supposed to do that without vampire strength? Buy her a cycle helmet? Give her an anti-smoking leaflet? As ever, he's totally failed to appreciate what it's like for me. Friday the 7th of January. An embarrassing thing happened today. I was sitting behind Chloe in his street and my fangs extended. When you're a vampire, your fangs are supposed to grow longer when you're about to feed on a human. As I don't hunt, this doesn't happen to me very often, but today it happened when I was looking at Chloe, which was quite alarming. I was getting bored listening to Mr. Morris droning on about the Second World War, so I looked over at Chloe. As I focused on her, I began to hear the sound of blood pumping around her veins, and I thought about what a wonderful relief it would be if I could pierce her jugular vein and have a refreshing sip. Then I ran my tongue across my teeth and realised that my fangs had grown to twice their normal length. To make the whole situation even more awkward, Mr. Morrison accused me of paying no attention and quizzed me about what I'd been saying. I knew all about the Second World War because I remember it well, but I couldn't speak in case anyone saw my fangs, so he went nuts on me. It's official. Even my own body has decided to make things difficult for me now.